Hey everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today, I would like to share my experience of using this Orchard Audio Star Crimson Duo Class D amplifier using gallium nitride Class D chips inside, assembled in Canada, retail for $1,750 currently available. Scan technology is everywhere. Our LED lights in our cell phone chargers, they're gonna be everywhere. When I received this sample, I noticed that the size is a lot bigger than I was hoping for, because this one is designed to house trio design as well. That's why it says Star Crimson Duo / Trio. So if you are using it in 3-channel or home theater setup, then that is highly beneficial, but that is an additional extra for trio setup in this Star Crimson amplifier. Solid build quality with aluminum chassis, pointy rubber foots underneath it. I was using this Star Crimson Duo in different systems and different pre-stages. I tried my Accuphase E4000 pre-stage and it sounded too soft, not enough dynamics for my taste. Doesn't matter what speaker I've been using. So I changed it to passive pre-amplifier stage. I tried that, and I tried with X2O XD05 Pro, that's soon to be reviewed. Also has the output stage that I tried, and I tried all of them. I didn't like with the passive preamp either. It sounds very nice though, but it's not dynamic enough. It's a little too soft for my taste. I mean, it's good and engaging sound, but not real music like dynamic sound. So, and then I changed to this SMS DO400, using it as a pre-deck and using no filter NOS function. So it may not be pure NOS, but that's how I would say it. So the no filter function works wonderfully well. I also try other filter option, and I end up preferring no filter pre-stage this using this DO400. It has great synergy together pairing with this Star Crimson Duo in my system. I try with these two speakers, and you will hear sound sample with Pioneer TED S1EX in this video. I pushed it really hard, like I took it up to 105 dB in that setup with this TED S1EX, and when I get to that 105 dB range, the bass control gets weaker, and actual sound of bass get less pronounced, and it get tamed down and not good enough of bass quality in that level of loudness. So it may not be able to have enough power to drive to 8 inches in this S1EX speakers, but still compose and very good musicality in upper range of frequency, and is still well managed and maintained in above all the mid-range to upper mid-range to high frequency. So that is a big plus, especially if you're gonna pair with subwoofer. Then weaker bass response will improve. Overall power wise, if you listen in regular listening level like 60 to 75 to 85 dB range is totally fine, well controlled and contained in every frequency range with very good stereo image. That is a really big plus in my opinion, because stereo image is well focused and precise in the middle of my system. Everything was produced in micro and macro details, as well as giving you deep and wide soundscape, every frequency accurately possible without overdoing anything. That is really impressive in regarding that kind of sound reproduction. Doesn't matter what music you throw at them. The loudness wise, gain control on this DO400 at the 15 will get me around 85 dB average loudness range. But if I want to go up to 105 to 110 dB range, I have to crank it all the way to 0 dB. So that is only when I'm playing DSD files. But if I'm playing PCM files, it's slightly less, probably like 5 or 7 notch less on the volume control knob. So that's where the difference is making in PCM and DSD files, because DSD files usually like 6 to 8 dB less loud than average PCM files. Especially modern music is about 8 dB louder than native DSD files. So that's where the differences are. So overall gain wise, this one is 16.8 gain version. So this one sells for $1,750. They also have another version which is, I think, 21.5 dB gain, which will add another $300, but that will give you a little bit better gain in terms of a loudness wise. Another thing is low level listening, right? That is one of the most important thing for me. So low level listening, when I was playing 50 to 55 dB range average, it's still very good sounding, retaining all the musical aspect of a frequency range, as well as giving you good and decent quality control in lower register area. Voices and vocals and everything is still very musically accurately reproduced without collapsing the actual stereo image and soundscape, so which is very impressive. So overall synergy wise, I like the synergy the best with this SMS DO400 with my speakers. When I try with this JBL L100 Classic 75th, it can take it up to 110 dB, no problem. It won't suffer like it suffered with that S1EX in terms of bass control and quality. It can control this 12-inch driver, no problem, as well as JBL will play a little bit louder as well in terms of sensitivity. So I can take it up there, but when I get to that level of loudness, after 95 dB, the upper range of frequencies are not well maintained with this JBL pairing. So I end up giving up on that. In terms of sound quality and sound signature, I would say very accurate and very transparent. It totally reflects whatever the equipment that you changes, whatever the cables that I changes. It will be very sensitive to pairing components as well. Speaker cable can be pretty sensitive, but it's doable with any kind of cables. But better the cable or lower the resistance you have, more accurate the sound that you will get. So this Star Crimson Duo is one of the very good natural sounding Class D amplifier using gallium nitride Class D chips inside. Power and price, in terms of that regard, price is a bit on higher side. I also try with Leatherbug R2R pre-stage, and it doesn't sound right. It's too slow and sluggish. Synergy wise, it doesn't work well with R2R pre-stages, so I want you to be aware of that. But if you have pre-DAC like DO400 or that kind of very good ESS based DACs, and that kind of transparent pre-stages will work wonderfully well with the Star Crimson Duo, in my system at least. So it works really great. And out of curiosity, I tried back to back using this DO400 and this Star Crimson Duo, and using that Leatherbug and these 500 watts Class D mono blocks, switching the speaker cables. And what I find is the bass control and tightness, I totally prefer the Class D 500 watts. So that is Ice Power mono block. So that's where I can totally notice it, because R2R pre-stage and the 500 watts Class D Ice Power Mono Blocks, his probably match made in heaven. It sounded incredibly well together. It's balanced out each other, and it has very good deep bass quality with very good frequency response as well. In terms of background noise, this Star Crimson Duo totally took care of that. When you play music, you will not notice any background noise at all. But equipment itself, it kind of have, I think it's a power supply noise. Operation temperature doesn't even get warm even if I push to 100 dB range of loudness. If you have to buy Class AB amp, you will have hard time competing with the Star Crimson Duo in up to like $3,000 range in terms of the background noise and everything, accuracy and transparency, everything together. So overall sound signature, it depending on the pairing component and personal preference, so I will not get into that. But in terms of noise control, this is one of the incredible buy. It has sound signature and sound quality like really good Class AB or Class A amplifier kind of sound quality and natural and really good transparent sound and very good power and control that you can have for 1750, my friend. That is my experience that I would like to share with you. Thank you very much for watching and happy listening.
Next one is, it's called Kiss of Life. And let's hear some bass. Something heavenly great. On the bass, Mr. Toriboe Keisuke-san. On the guitar, Orima Yosuke-san.